San Francisco is truly an amazing city. It has some of the best neighborhoods and some of the most awesome streets in the city. From Chestnut, Fillmore, Mission, The Haight. But there's one street in particular that I have fallen in love with. And that's Polk Street. Now, to be fair, I live just a couple houses off Polk. I spend 90% of my time on Polk Street. It has everything I need. Restaurants, shops, bars. It has character. It's one of the liveliest streets in the city. So I absolutely love it. But there is a problem with Polk Street. Not different than many of the other great streets. It goes like this. Sometimes I'm cruising down Polk Street and all of a sudden I look and one of my favorite restaurants is gone. It's closed. You know, rents are high. Things just kind of come and go on these busy streets. Other times I'm cruising down Polk Street and all of a sudden I notice they're cleaning up a festival that happened yesterday and I missed it. I didn't even know about it. It was in my own backyard. And it's during these times I think to myself, I said, you know what? Wouldn't it be great if there was an app that was dedicated 100% to Polk Street? If this app told you all about the festival and new restaurants and bars and the deals. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to all of you my very first app entitled the Polk Street Beat. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to take you guys through the three-step process that it took me to build this app. I'm also going to talk about a few of the difficulties and challenges that went along with it. Step one, learning how to build an app. I mean, when I started this project, I knew nothing more than how to download an app onto my iPhone. That's it. But lucky, I had a good friend who made a website called the 30-Day App Challenge. It's literally the 30dayappchallenge.com. And the whole purpose of the website is to teach you how to take an idea all the way through the process of having it in the App Store. And it's made up of a series of short videos, 8 to 10 minutes long. And by the time you're done with it, you know everything there is to know that goes into making an app. And I highly recommend anyone who's interested in building an app starts with this program. Phase 2, coding and developing the app, actually building it. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, when did I have time to learn how to code? And I didn't. I had no idea how to code. But this program taught me how to contract it out. So I hired a contractor in India for very cheap to build my app. So it started with a 1 hour Skype phone call. And during this phone call, we talked about what my app's going to look like, what's it going to do. I showed him some renderings, some pictures. Believe me, it looks nothing like what it turned out to be now. But it's okay because he had a good idea at the end of that hour what the app was going to look like, what it should do, that sort of thing. The whole process took about 6 weeks to build, and then another month or two just for me to play with it, work out the bugs, kind of get them fixed, and that sort of thing. Phase 3. Now, Phase 3 so far has proven to be the hardest and most challenging for me, which is ironic because I am a marketing and salesman by trade. But Phase 3 is advertising and promoting your app, getting people to download it. Now, I have some questions for you. I want you all to think about this for a second. Leslie, how many apps do you have in general on your phone? If you just had to guess, ballpark, and I want you all to think about it. You have 10 total apps in your whole phone? Maybe you're a bad example. I'll tell you, I've asked this to a lot of my friends. And most people will say more like in the 70, 80, maybe even 100.
Wow.
Yes.
Gotta app up.
Yes. How many, ask yourself this, how many do you use all the time? I'm talking on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Someone, anyone?
5.
5? 10? Totally exactly what I get to, about 5 to 10. And now, when's the last time you paid for an app? Never. No one pays for apps anymore. It better be a really, really good app to pay for one now. So you have this challenge. How do you get people to download your app? How do you get people to use it? And then how do you make money on it? And I am still smack dab in the middle of phase 3, which is why I am here presenting to you. And I have business cards to hand out after if anyone's interested in downloading it or wants to ask me any questions about the process. Now, there's one thing I haven't talked about. It's the best part about making an app. And that is that any good app would not be complete without an official app launch party. So, my friends, you are all invited to the official Polk Street Beat launch party happening next month, of course, on Polk Street. And to summarize for tonight, I want to leave you with just one parting thought. That the next time one of you has an idea for maybe a new business, maybe a website, or maybe like me, maybe an app, and there's that little voice in your head that says, you can't do this because you don't know anything about that. I want you to ask yourself, why can't I? Why can't I learn? And why can't I do it now? And maybe your idea can turn into the next Polk Street Beat. Thank you.